Hey Gemini, welcome back to your weekly reading. I just sat down with your cards for October 13th through 19th, and honestly, I need to share what came through because this spread is something I have not seen in a really long time. Like genuinely, this combination does not show up often, and when it does, it means something significant is unfolding. So grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, because we need to talk about what the universe is showing us for your week ahead. Before I even pulled the first card, I could feel this electric energy around your reading. You know that feeling when something important is about to shift? That is exactly what I was picking up on. And then when I started laying out the cards, I actually had to pause because the story they are telling is so specific and so unusual for this particular week. This is not your typical weekly forecast, Gemini. This is one of those readings where the cards are showing a very particular pathway that is opening up for you right now. All right, so the first card that came out for you is the Emperor. And I have to tell you, this card in your opening position is already setting a tone that is pretty powerful. The Emperor is all about structure, authority, taking control of your domain. But what makes this interesting for you, Gemini, is that this card is not usually the first energy people associate with your sign. You are known for being adaptable, communicative, always moving between ideas and options. The Emperor, though, is asking you to step into a different kind of energy this week. This is about claiming your authority in a situation where maybe you have been too flexible or too accommodating. What I am seeing with the Emperor here is that there is a situation in your life right now where you need to establish boundaries and really own your position. This could be in your career, where you have been letting others make decisions that should be yours to make. Or this could be in a personal situation where you have been going along with what everyone else wants instead of stating clearly what you need. The Emperor is that energy of the leader who knows their worth and is not afraid to structure things in a way that actually serves their vision. For you specifically this week, I am getting that this is connected to a project or a responsibility that has been kind of loose or undefined. Maybe you have been working on something where the parameters keep changing or where other people keep adding their input, and it is becoming messy. The Emperor is saying it is time to take the reins. It is time to say, this is how we are doing this, and this is what I am responsible for, and this is where my authority lies. Now, I know that might feel uncomfortable for you because Gemini energy loves to keep things open and flexible. But trust me, the universe is supporting you in stepping into this more authoritative role right now. What I find really interesting about the Emperor showing up first is that it is setting up everything else that follows. This is your foundation card for the week. Everything that unfolds is going to require you to stand in this energy of self-authority and clear boundaries. The Emperor is not aggressive. This is not about being controlling or domineering. This is about knowing your value and structuring your life in a way that reflects that value. So as this week begins, I really want you to pay attention to where you have been too wishy-washy or where you have been letting others call the shots in areas that are actually your responsibility. The second card that appeared is Ace of Swords. And okay, this is where things start getting really interesting because we have got the Emperor, which is that established authority, and now we have got the Ace of Swords, which is this brilliant new clarity cutting through. The Ace of Swords is one of my favorite cards because it represents that moment when suddenly everything makes sense. You know those moments when you have been confused about something or you have been seeing a situation from multiple angles and then boom, suddenly you just get it? That is Ace of Swords energy. For you, Gemini, this card is telling me that there is going to be a breakthrough in your thinking this week. Something that has been cloudy or confusing is about to become crystal clear. And what makes this so powerful is that it is coming right after the Emperor. So first, you are stepping into your authority, and then you are getting this incredible mental clarity about how to use that authority. The Ace of Swords is also about truth. This is the card of cutting through illusions and seeing things as they really are. I am getting the sense that there is a situation where you have been trying to see the best in people, or you have been making excuses for why things are the way they are. The Ace of Swords is that moment when you stop making excuses and you just see the truth clearly. Now, this might be uncomfortable because sometimes the truth is not what we want it to be, but I promise you that this clarity is exactly what you need right now. You cannot make good decisions without clear information, and the Ace of Swords is bringing you that clear information. What I love about this card in your spread is that it is specifically about mental breakthroughs for you. Gemini is an air sign. You live in the realm of thoughts and ideas and communication. So when you get the Ace of Swords, which is the purest expression of air energy, this is like a superpower moment for you. Your mind is going to be so sharp this week. You are going to be able to see through complexity and get right to the heart of matters. If you have been trying to solve a problem or figure out a strategy, this is your week, because your mental clarity is going to be absolutely on point. The other thing about Ace of Swords is that it often represents a new way of thinking or a new perspective that changes everything. So be open to having your mind change this week. Be open to seeing things from an angle you had not considered before. That willingness to let new understanding in is what is going to allow this ace energy to really work its magic for you. Now the third card, and this is where the spread starts becoming really unusual, you have got strength here. And I need you to understand how significant this placement is. After the Emperor giving you that authority, and Ace of Swords giving you that clarity, now strength is coming in to show you how to handle what you have learned. Strength is not about force. This is about inner fortitude and grace under pressure. This card shows a figure gently taming a lion, which is such a beautiful image because it is about mastering the wild parts of ourselves through compassion and patience rather than through domination. For you this week, I am seeing that there is going to be a situation that requires you to be really strong, but in a gentle way. This might be a conversation you need to have where you have to be honest, but also kind. Or this might be a situation where you need to hold your ground, but without becoming aggressive or defensive. Strength is that perfect balance of being firm in your truth, while also being compassionate about how you express that truth. What I am picking up specifically for you, Gemini, is that this relates to a relationship or a partnership of some kind. There is someone in your life who maybe has been challenging or difficult, and you have been struggling with how to handle this person. Strength is saying you have the inner resources to navigate this with grace. You do not need to fight, and you do not need to run away. You can stand in your truth and be gentle at the same time. The timing of strength after Ace of Swords is so important because once you have that clarity about a situation, your first instinct might be to come out swinging with that truth. Like, finally, I see what is really going on, and I am going to tell everyone about it. But strength is saying no. Take that clarity and wield it with wisdom. Take that truth and express it with compassion. This is about emotional maturity and spiritual strength. This is about knowing that you do not have to prove your power by being forceful. I also want to mention that strength carries this energy of taming your own inner beasts. For Gemini, that often means taming the tendency to overthink or to scatter your energy in too many directions. Strength is asking you to channel all that mental energy that Ace of Swords is giving you and focus it with patience and persistence. Do not let your mind run away with 1,000 possibilities. Stay grounded in what you know to be true and move forward with steady confidence. Okay, so the fourth card is Ten of Wands. And I have to be honest with you, when this card showed up, I understood immediately why this spread is so unusual. We have had these three really empowering cards, and now Ten of Wands comes in, and it is showing the burden that you have been carrying. Ten of Wands is that image of someone carrying way too many wands, struggling under the weight of responsibilities that have become overwhelming. This card is about burnout and overextension, and taking on more than one person should reasonably handle. Here is what makes this placement so interesting, though. The Ten of Wands is not showing you what is coming, it is showing you what has been happening. This is the card revealing why you needed the Emperor energy in the first place. You have been carrying too much, Gemini. You have been saying yes to too many things, trying to keep too many people happy, juggling too many projects or responsibilities, And the thing about Ten of Wands is that often we do not even realize how heavy the load has gotten until someone points it out, or until we literally cannot carry anymore. The cards are basically saying, look at what you have been doing to yourself. Look at how much you have taken on. And now with the clarity from Ace of Swords, and the authority from the Emperor, and the inner strength from Strength, you have everything you need to address this burden. This is not about suddenly dropping everything, but it is about recognizing that you need to restructure how you are approaching your responsibilities. What I am hearing for you specifically is that a lot of what you are carrying is not even yours to carry. You have been taking on other people's problems or other people's work because you are helpful and you are capable. And when people ask you to do things, you have a hard time saying no. But Ten of Wands is that breaking point card. This is the universe saying enough. You need to put some of these wands down. You need to delegate, or you need to simply stop doing certain things that are not serving your highest good. For this week, I am seeing that you are going to become acutely aware of where you are overextended. Pay attention to that feeling of exhaustion or resentment that creeps in when you think about certain tasks or obligations. That is your signal. That is the Ten of Wands energy making itself known so you can address it. And the beautiful thing is, you have all these other cards supporting you in making different choices. You have the authority to say no, you have the clarity to see what needs to go, and you have the strength to follow through even when it feels uncomfortable. The fifth card is Knight of Swords, and this card is absolutely fascinating in this position because Knights are all about movement and action, and the Knight of Swords specifically is about swift, decisive action. After Ten of Wands showed you the burden, Knight of Swords is showing you the way out. This knight charges forward with purpose and speed, cutting through obstacles with that sword held high. This is dynamic energy. This is momentum energy. This is let us go and make things happen energy. For you, Gemini, this is such a natural energy because you are already quick-minded and fast-moving, but Knight of Swords takes it to another level. This is about taking that clarity from Ace of Swords and actually doing something with it. No more just thinking about what needs to change, no more just understanding the situation. Knight of Swords is about implementation. This is about taking action on what you now know to be true. What I am seeing for this week specifically is that there is going to be an opportunity for you to make a bold move. This could be in your career where you finally pitch that idea you have been sitting on, or you apply for that position that scares you a little. Or this could be in your personal life where you have a conversation that you have been avoiding, or you make a decision that you have been putting off. Knight of Swords does not hesitate and does not second guess. This card is all forward motion. Now, I do want to give you a little caution with Knight of Swords, because this energy can sometimes be so fast that it becomes reckless. The knight can charge ahead without fully considering the consequences or without bringing other people along. So as you step into this action-oriented energy, remember strength from earlier in your spread. Remember that you can be decisive and swift while also being thoughtful about how your actions impact others. You do not have to choose between being fast and being wise. You can be both. The other thing about Knight of Swords is that this card often represents a person coming into your life, or a person who is going to be significant this week. If that is the case, this person is likely to be direct, intellectual, perhaps a bit intense. They say what they mean, and they move quickly. This could be someone who offers you an opportunity or who challenges you to step up your game. Pay attention to new people entering your sphere this week, because they might be carrying that Knight of Swords energy for you. And now we arrive at the final card in your spread, and this is Three of Wands. After everything we have seen, after the Emperor establishing authority, after Ace of Swords bringing clarity, after Strength showing you how to navigate with grace, after Ten of Wands revealing your burden, after Knight of Swords pushing you into action, we have Three of Wands showing you the outcome. And what an outcome it is. Three of Wands is one of the most hopeful cards in the entire deck. This card shows a figure standing on a cliff looking out at ships on the horizon. Those ships represent opportunities coming in, plans that are starting to manifest, the fruits of earlier efforts beginning to arrive. Three of Wands is about expansion and looking toward the future with confidence. This is the card that says your efforts are paying off and there is so much potential ahead of you. For you, Gemini, this final card is basically confirmation that everything the other cards are guiding you to do is going to lead somewhere really good. When you step into your authority, when you use your clarity to make better choices, when you approach challenges with strength and grace, when you put down unnecessary burdens, when you take swift action on what matters, the result is this beautiful, expansive energy where new possibilities open up for you. What I love about Three of Wands here is that it is not just about one specific thing working out. This card is about multiple opportunities and multiple paths forward. Remember, those ships on the horizon, there is more than one. So you are not being locked into a single outcome. You are actually opening up to a variety of potential futures. This is perfect for Gemini energy because you do not like to be boxed in. You like to have options. And Three of Wands is giving you exactly that. I am also picking up that Three of Wands represents a shift in your perspective about what is possible for you. Maybe you have been thinking small or playing it safe because you did not want to risk failure or disappointment. But by the end of this week, after you have moved through all these energies, you are going to be looking at your life and thinking, wow, there is so much more available to me than I realized. That expanded vision is going to be really exciting, and it is going to motivate you to keep pushing forward. The other element of Three of Wands is that it often indicates collaboration or partnership in bringing your vision to life. Those ships do not sail themselves. There are other people involved in making things happen. So be open to working with others. Be open to accepting help. Be open to the idea that your biggest successes might come through collaboration rather than solo effort. This is especially important for you because sometimes Gemini can try to do everything themselves, thinking they can handle it all. But Three of Wands is reminding you that bringing others in can actually multiply your results. So let me bring all of this together for you, Gemini, because this spread really is telling such a complete story. You are being called this week to step into a more authoritative version of yourself with the Emperor. You are receiving incredible mental clarity through Ace of Swords that is going to help you see situations as they truly are. You are being asked to handle everything with emotional maturity and gentle strength through the Strength card. You are being shown that you have been carrying too much with Ten of Wands, and it is time to lighten your load. You are being pushed into swift, decisive action with Knight of Swords. And all of this leads to an expansive future full of possibilities shown by Three of Wands. This is not a typical week for you. This is one of those weeks where real transformation happens if you are willing to work with these energies. The reason I called this a one-of-a-kind spread is because we have got this perfect progression from establishing authority to gaining clarity to acting with strength to releasing burdens to taking decisive action to expanding into new possibilities. Each card builds on the one before it in a way that creates this powerful momentum forward. What I really want you to take from this reading is that you have everything you need right now to make significant changes in your life. You might have been feeling stuck or overwhelmed or unclear about your direction, but this week is giving you all the tools and all the energy you need to shift things. The universe is really supporting you right now, Gemini. But you have to be willing to step up and use this support. You have to be willing to claim your authority, to trust your clarity, to be strong in gentle ways, to put down what is not yours to carry, to move quickly when the moment is right, and to believe in the bigger possibilities that are opening up for you. I would love to know if any of this resonates with what you are experiencing right now. Are you feeling that weight of Ten of Wands? Are you ready to step into that Emperor energy and really own your power? Drop a comment and let me know what is going on in your world, because I have a feeling a lot of you are going to see yourselves in this spread.